Roughly 700 years ago, a fan of the show, John Anderson, wrote me a Movie Feuds episode for Brad Status versus American Beauty. Yes, he wrote the episode before the films were both out, before this channel was created, and so on. It's remarkable. Today, I have decided to do this feud. And just think, John, what a beautiful time to do it. Kevin Spacey is an alleged sexual abuser for like 15 kids. He's lost all credibility in the acting world. What a time. What a perfect time to bring this up. Enjoy! American Beauty and Brad Status are both tiny little indie flicks about middle-aged men going through an existential crisis. Now, it would sure be easier to sit back and watch a nice romantic comedy, a quaint little flick, lighthearted and essentially inconsequential. But that's not how life works sometimes, and it's nice to be reminded about how truly awful things can be. So let's break down which A-list actor has worse white people problems. I'm not sure if Kevin Spacey's on the A-list anymore. By the time American Beauty came out, Kevin Spacey was already on the rise with The Usual Suspects, Seven, and LA Confidential. But his performance as Lester Burnham cemented his A-list status and made him one of the most well-respected, well-rounded individuals Hollywood has ever seen. Fuck, I should have read this script before jumping right into recording. Spacey was able to make a man that wallows in his own self-pity not only sympathetic, but likable, a trait that Ben Stiller's Brad Sloan surely lacks. Yes, there's a slight sympathy for Brad, but his issues are so self-inflicting that it makes it hard for us as an audience to side with his plight. Lester works at a job he hates, and his family doesn't respect him. Brad has a loving son and wife. Even complete teenage strangers find him interesting. He's simply jealous of the life his friends have or appear to have, so it's hard for us to get at his level. I have a much easier time relating to Kevin Spacey. His character, not Kevin Spacey. My God, this is a disaster. American Beauty is clearly an ensemble piece where the script not only gives us enough time to develop all the characters, but the cast on the whole brings their A game, with standout performances by not only Kevin Spacey, but Annette Bening, Wes Bentley, and Chris Cooper. In Brad's Status, however, it's a one-man show, and the supporting cast members feel more like props to progress the story, instead of being essential to the plot, like in American Beauty. Although Austin Abrams truly is giving it his all, with the little the script provides him. And Luke Wilson has a solid standout moment, but nothing else is worth noting, especially when compared to the brilliance of Kevin Spacey. He's oozing with charisma, both on the job and in real life. God damn it. Both these flicks have a similar framework. Our protagonist wants more out of life. A young individual comes along, reignites his vigor, and he eventually realizes that what he had in the first place was exactly what he was looking for the whole time. This realization came at a terrible price and could also be the plot of Kevin Spacey's real life. American Beauty tackles so many more themes than just the midlife crisis. You have the coming-of-age aspects, abuse and sexuality peppered in, a plastic bag floating aimlessly in the wind. Writer Alan Ball and director Sam Mendes were able to fit all these themes into a 2-hour film without it feeling bloated or ham-fisted. Minus the stupid floating plastic bag scene. Brad's Status is more of a love letter to the average little guy who felt they were owed something more. The salt-to-the-earth, blue-collared guy just ready to get back in that coal mine, really chisel out a life for himself. If you can resonate with that, more power to you. The film tries a lot with creative use of narration, dream sequences, but I think if you saw a 47-year-old at the bar having a conversation with a young kid, you'd probably do a double take and be like, hey, Kevin Spacey, that you don't know this person, get out of here. Get. American Beauty was able to transcend a niche demographic and be relatable on all fronts. Watching Lester the Molester's personality go from 0 to 100 in a second was quite a pleasant treat. Whether he's attempting to bone his wife on their $4,000 sofa, fantasizing about the choir girl from American Pie, or smoking a cig while cruising the city, it's all life-shattering entertainment from beginning to miserable end. Both of the film's scores go for that quirky yet rhythmic tone that can be both playful yet mischievous, much like myself. But the key difference in these films within this category comes from the effects, which really stand out in the dream sequences. American Beauty has dream and daydream scenes that feel fantastical, and you know the exact moment you step into one. Brad's Status has sequences that feel a lot more flat and practical. They feel like they just cut to another camera angle and they just tweak the sound and the lighting a little bit for a bit of that heightened reality, which is fine if that is what they were going for, but it lacks a more creative spark that Beauty was able to create. Plus, Brad's Status doesn't have that hot, steamy Thora Birch scene, right? God damn, she was hot. What? She was only 17. How did they get away with that? Isn't that illegal? The mother signed off. Okay, fuck Hollywood. Probably a tiny bit unfair for me to compare an Academy Award-winning film featuring one of the greatest talents in our generation, Kevin Spacey, Sir Kevin Spacey, one of the most brilliant minds to watch. Fuck! We have to look these scripts over before we record. That's the bottom line. American Beauty has fully realized characters, a compelling story, and unique effects. Brad's Status has those things, but on a much tamer scale. After I didn't write this feud because someone wrote it for me, besides all the inappropriate jokes, it became clear early on. American Beauty is the easy winner. But the real question now is, what do you think? Did you watch Brad's Status and like it more than John did? Or are you like me and consider American Beauty to be a modern day classic and didn't even watch Brad's Status? I'm naughty! Leave a comment, vote for your winner, and remember, this is more than just reviews. This is me finding my laptop and removing all the inappropriate Thora Birch screen grabs I have. And this is Movie Feuds.